6, and I hope the Jordan television station works this evening. Let us know when you have speed and have audio.
Rolling.
Okay. Captain, what happened this morning?
Well, I just received instruction to go to Beirut on a normal service from Amman to Beirut. Everything was normal as we've been operating for the last 12, 13 months. When over Beirut, things were normal as well. After we landed, and the passenger just getting out of the aircraft, then things started.
What
the
started,
airport
sir?
was shelled.
What happened?
Well, I just saw and heard the shelling going on all over the places. So the moment I heard this, I was worried about the passenger to get into a shelter or somewhere. Also, some of the crew. At the same time, I wanted really very badly to get the aircraft out of the airport. So what I've done is really that, and I was lucky to do it.
Well, what did you say? Did you yell at the crew? Did you yell at the passengers? How did you get the passengers out and your plane out?
No, you see, every sort of person got his duty to do. I asked the chief cabin or the senior of the cabin staff to get the passengers out as quickly as possible, and himself and his crew to get as well as quickly as possible, leaving one behind for me to get the aircraft off the ground. Of course, leaving my operating crew just to get the aircraft off the ground.
And what did you do then?
Then I started the engines again, and I just headed for a takeoff position, and I got off.
Were there shells bursting around you?
Yes, sir.
How close?
Well, I would say about 200 meters maximum. About 200 meters. And I've seen them all around me. From the angle of, from my angle where I could see. Probably they were all around behind on the sides, which I couldn't see. That's why after I took off, I been informed by the authority. He got it, my assistant actually, and he just got informed that the aircraft who was parked just nearly, just beside me, that been blown up by a
decided
shell.
to take off? Who was left aboard the aircraft?
Actually, I ordered that all the passengers to go to a shelter as soon as possible. Every single soul on the aircraft not needed to get the aircraft off the ground. I ordered them to get them out.
So there was just you and your co-pilot?
This is the only thing I could have done at the moment. And the other thing, I was worried about other things, just to start the aircraft and push off.
How long did it take you, Captain, between the time you decided you had to exit that airport to get up in the air? How many minutes?
I think it's about 6 to 7 minutes. Don't you think so?
Not more than 4 or 5.
Well, something.
When you went up and banked to leave the area, were you able to see the plane that had been hit by the shell fire?
You see, the area was, I headed to the west, and the parking positions was to the east, so immediately behind the aircraft. And the safe place for me to head is the west, or northwest.
That is over the sea?
When I was at a safe distance, or I thought I was at a safe distance, I returned back at a very high altitude, at about 20,000 feet. Then I've seen the smoke of this aircraft covering covering quite a part of the skies of Beirut, black smoke.
Were you able to see the airplane itself that had...
Rolling.
With these problems in Lebanon, I had such a thing, but not as a pilot. See, I had such a frightful experience, but not as a pilot.
As a citizen of Lebanon?
As a citizen, a Lebanese citizen, yes.
Okay, cut it. What are your recollections of this morning? Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, you can say exactly. The ground told us that the other aircraft was ruined completely. So we looked back and we saw it burning in the skies.
You knew the people on that aircraft, didn't you?
Yes, we saw them yesterday here, actually.
How did you feel?
What do you think?
Well, we are hoping
Miserable.
that they are alive. We are.
You've heard no news of them?
Well, I listened to the news since I got here, and some radio stations say that one killed, some they say all escaped injured. So at the moment, I'm just hoping that everybody is escaped with a slight injury. This is the thing. And by the way, we haven't actually identified this aircraft that it's burning, this aircraft itself. Unless here Mr. Hasbini told me that he was informed by the control tower, Beirut control tower, that this was the extra Amman flight, that it was burning.
Do you think you'll ever go into Beirut Airport again, sir?
Well, I actually do hope so.
Tell me that you'd like...
I honestly don't know whether we could go in or not. I mean, after this experience, if things going to stay as they are, I don't think we'll ever go back there. But I'm just hoping that they will settle their problems between each other and we can go and operate normally, because so many people there into Beirut are waiting for us to take them off Beirut somewhere so they can get some fresh air and things like this.
Let me ask you one last question, sir.
Yes.
When you were aware that you were being shelled, I mean, what did you hear and what did you see? Tell us what it looked like. What did it feel like?
Well, sitting in the aeroplane, I couldn't even leave the aircraft. Sitting after I shut down...
Excuse me 1 second. We're getting
Yes.
feedback.
Rolling.
Again, tell us, what did you see? What did you hear? What were your sensations when you were aware that bombs were coming?
Well, this is not the first time, first of all, to say about my sensation that I've heard this bomb going around me as a citizen. But in the aircraft, when I'm still at the aircraft, when I saw the first dust flying, so somebody say, look at this. So I looked, I've seen this dust flying. So I said, well, from my past experience, that bombing or shelling of the airport is going to happen. I opened my window to confirm this by sound, and I did confirm it. At this moment, I confirm just big bomb sounds, bangs all over the place, and then you see this dust flying at different spots, but so close. So this time where I stayed where I am, and just gave my instruction to what I told you previously.
Thank you.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Tell me, Captain, was your plane damaged at all?
No,
It was not.
thanks God, we were very lucky, very, very lucky.
And tell me, Captain, did you require any ground assistance to get the plane started, or were you able to start it entirely yourselves?
You see, we need actually one engine to be started. The moment I shut down the last engine, I required somebody to make me start another an engine. So, but of course, I needed a ground assistant, and I hear that a person really assisted us a lot by just giving this pressure to start the engines and then to move the steps away so we can get off. And this was really very quick.
A great risk to themselves, of course.
Of course, honestly, they are, I mean, few personnel, they really took a lot of risk, as we did. I mean, just as we did, because we are in an aircraft full of fuel, and they are just around it. So we might not run away with it, they could have run, or vice versa.
Thank you,
Very much,
Captain.
Captain.
Let's do the cutaways as quick as we can. I want to ask you a question.
And so, after just a few days, Beirut International Airport is closed once again.
Rolling.
And so, after just a few days, Beirut International Airport is closed